Hi everybody. I had somebody comment on my post yesterday about what is one limiting belief that holds them back from where they want to go, and one of them was self-control. Now, I know this lady, and she's often discussed with me about overeating chocolate and other foods like that, and this is something I definitely have resonated with in the past and have managed to gain more and more control over. So I want to share with you some a technique that can help you when you're facing those cravings and just overwhelming urge to just want to eat more and more of something that you probably necessarily shouldn't be. But before I go into that, I just also think it's really important to, just give a little bit of encouragement that it is okay to eat, a treat whenever it suits you. You don't need to be overwhelmed with guilt. It's not going to kill you. It's not going to make you fat. If it serves a purpose, and for that moment, then and there, if it gives you a purpose and it satisfies you and it relieves you of some emotional pain or whatever it is, then just have it. But at the same time, just make sure you are aware of what you're doing, aware of the need that you are filling, and don't go to the point of overindulging to where more negative emotions start arising. The guilt and the feeling sick, things like that, because you have overdone it. So, have some and really have that satisfaction, and then put it away and go, I feel better because I've had that, or no, that didn't cut it either. And then look for other ways to fill that need in another way. Okay, so here we go. We are facing some urges, some cravings to have something to eat. And it might be chocolate. For me, it's peanut butter. Don't know why, but it's just something that I really love. And okay, so what we want to do at that point, we've been sitting on the couch or just all day or something, whatever we're doing, we go, I can't wait to have that chocolate. I'm going to eat it. Just take some time out, and a lot of what I do talk about is taking some time out and just become centered with where we are there and now. And I speak a lot about that because we have a lot of racing thoughts. We tend to go from woe to go really quickly, and then we're like, whoa, what have we done? So if we can just take a moment or two in the busy world that we live in, and I often say to go to the toilet and do it because the toilet is such a peaceful, quiet space that no one really questions what you're doing in there. And even if you don't feel like going, just go to the toilet or to the bathroom or wherever, somewhere, and if you don't have a problem with finding time for yourself, then just go sit on the couch and do it. But I know everyone has really busy lives. And that's just a corner of the world that I think is really easy for everybody to connect with. So we're going to go find somewhere nice and quiet, and we're just going to take some big deep breaths, and we're just going to rate out of 10 how much we really want that food. So if I was to think about right now, having peanut butter, and I have peanut butter on carrot sticks, and it's delicious. And so, for example, I might be sitting at around about 7 out of 10, and I want that peanut butter. So what I want to do is really ramp that up, and I want to start really imagining I'm eating that peanut butter or that chocolate or the ice cream or whatever it is that you are craving for. And I'm really picturing dipping my fingers into it or my spoon into it, looking at it, and I smell it, and these are the feelings that I want you to start, the senses that I want you to start thinking of now as we try and ramp up the intensity of that craving. Okay, so we're thinking about how it tastes, how it feels in our mouth, the crunch or the stickiness, the sweetness or the saltiness. Just really coming in tune with that wonderful feeling and taste and sensation of that food that we desire. So we've ramped it up now to about as close to 10 as we can possibly get, and you might already be there, and that's awesome. We're at the perfect spot to start. And from there, I want you to imagine it out in the front of you, whether you can place your hands out and place it in a bowl in the front of you. And I want you to look at it. Look at that image and begin to really notice what it looks like. And then how it makes you feel in your body. Notice how it feels. Notice where you feel it. Give it a shape. A size, maybe it's big or small. A texture. Is it smooth or rough? Colour. Shiny or smooth or dull. Whatever it is. Just have that food that we're craving right there in front of us. Just imagine it. As we do so, we're imagining it and we're staying nice and calm and just being centered with ourselves, away from distractions, focusing on that food that we crave. Really picturing that food right there in front of us. Okay. So now we're just going to take a look up and we're going to look around and maybe try and look for something that is blue or yellow, whatever colours are around you. Just take notice, or maybe even noises, sounds around you. And what that's doing now is just bringing us back to reality, breaking up that concentration. Now we're going to come back and we're going to think of a food or something that really repulses us. What it could be, like seafood, or like maybe if we really got really creative and if you've ever watched that that program on TV, I think it might be called Fear Factor or something, and they make up these concoctions of really gross food, and you just sit there going, ooh, dry reaching as you watch it. So just thinking of something that really makes you just curl with disgust when you think about it. And so as we think about that food, I want you to again really focus on it. Focus on what you can smell, what you can feel or taste, the thickness of it, the aroma, just really thinking about that yucky, disgusting food or thing that you are thinking about. And again, I want you to imagine in front of you that you can see it. And I want you to picture it and notice what it looks like, where it feels, where you feel it in your body, and how that feeling in your body is. Again, give it a colour, a shape, a size, a texture. As we stare at that imaginary, disgusting, putrid, smelly food in front of us, really feel that feeling. Feel it. Really intensify it till we can just about feel it at the bottom of our throat or in the bottom of our tummy as we go, ooh, it feels so, looks so gross, or, you know, and it just, ugh. All right. Now again, I want you to just come back to the reality, and this time let's look for the colour red, or if you can't find a red, perhaps an orange. Okay, so the colour orange again. We're just breaking that concentration and coming back to here and now. Okay, so taking in a big deep breath, and you can do this activity with your eyes open or closed. This time we're going to imagine that we have our plate or a bowl with the food that we want. Okay, so we've gone and got it. We're looking at it and it looks really, really good. And now what I want you to do is just imagine pouring the yucky concoction or whatever it is, bringing the two foods of the yummy one and the yucky one, bringing it together, maybe in your bowl. And I want you to just stir it around, mix it up, bring it all together. Okay, and now you're really thinking about that food and how you no longer want it anymore. Just like, I'm not touching that. It's not appetizing at all. I don't want that at all. All right, so you've created this new image of your yummy food. Is now, it's spoiled, it's yuck, it's foul. I just don't even think I want to eat that ever again. Okay, so you're really, really feeling that feeling and feeling it in your body and noticing again how you feel it and where you feel it. All right. Now, again, we're just going to open our eyes or return back to the room and rate out of 10 now. How much do you want that food that you were craving? Now, you should have dropped down at least a couple of notches on that rating. And if you're not at 0 out of 10 and I don't want to touch that food anymore, then go through that process again. And maybe this time add something even more yuckier to it. Maybe an acid or something that just really spoils it to the point of it's inedible. It's indigestible. It's just not even something that you could fathom putting in your mouth. So just go through that process again. Do it 3, 4, 5, 6 times. And really bring that level of craving all the way down. Okay, so that is my trick. It does take a bit of time, but for those of you who really want to overcome these cravings, then treat yourself and go and spend some time being mindful about it and switch that craving. And at the same time, notice how great you feel for beating that urge and, give yourself a high five or go and do something else that is more rewarding, more satisfying than eating something that is going to make you have a negative emotion after. So that's my trick or my tool or my toolkit today. Give it a go. Give me some feedback. I actually even tried a similar modification to this at a class, at one of my fitness classes a few months back, where I did it really, really quickly and when we were holding a glute bridge, and one of the clients did it with McDonald's, and she has not been able to eat McDonald's since, and that's a good couple of months ago. So it is a very powerful tool. Practice it and practice it often, and just notice what you notice. The other thing I meant to add in there is when that craving does pop up again, just notice, is it a habit that it is now reoccurring, or is it really that craving? Because often your taste for it and desire for it will have changed, and you're kind of like, do I actually even want that, or is it just a habit that I'm going to reach for that? And then if it is a habit, then push through that habit, go and find something else to do for that moment, and reward yourself later for kicking that habit in the butt. All right, awesome. Have a great day. I will see you again real soon.